What's up, traders? Luke here from Breakout Trading. And today was the first trading day of the year and the first official trading day for our new program, Breakout 2020. I'll get a little more into that in a second. Um, but we are up on the day about $406.50. And that was on two picks, SES and FCEL. I was very into Billy this morning, but I was so over focused on these two that I missed out on Billy. But uh, just real quick, I want to explain what this new program is. Uh, the basics. Essentially, we are going to be doing a small account challenge. That's why you see the balance is kind of low here, 2,900. Um, so we're going to be doing a small account challenge, but I am currently integrating my strategy with Tony Hedges' strategy. And if you don't know who Tony Hedges is, he's another teacher in the program. Um, he's got the name Tony Hedges because he worked in the hedge fund industry as a hedge fund manager for about 11 years, and he's now teaching in our group. So this thing won't be forever. He won't be here forever. He's currently out because of an injury, and so we're taking advantage of him as much as we can. So I'm tailoring a strategy, combining mine and his. My strategy alone was profitable, yes, but I came out short on my goal last year, about $40,000. That's a pretty big um, miss. Now, my goal this year is $250,000, and I want to make that goal. I don't want to miss that goal. $250,000 in cash profits. I don't want to be 80,000 short this year. I want to make that full goal. So this is a program to help me make that goal, and in turn I'll be teaching everything, so it will also help you make that goal. I think that this is the best program that you could get right now. Combined, we got me, we got Tony, and then we have another person, Brandon, who specializes in trading highly leveraged accounts. It's the best team you could have right now in the trading community, the online trading community, or whatever. So, point one, Breakout 2020, is we're going to paper trade until we can prove that the strategy is sufficient. Um, and that's what we're doing now. All right. This morning we used the strategy, and I will show you the strategy or a brief recap of the strategy in just a second. Um, this morning, and it worked. And part two is to have the strategy tailored, perfect, written down on paper, every rule, every contingency, everything. We want it all on paper from, don't freaking, trade if you just were out drinking all night. That's a duh. Don't do that. Don't, um, don't fight the trend. Anything in between that range is all going to be written down and put into paper. Once we do that, we're going to run tests. We're going to check the strategy. Today, we all signed up, if you were in the group, or at least I signed up for a new Trader View account to follow this small cap challenge. This is a great way to keep track of your trades. You can see what stocks you traded. It tells you everything. It tells you how long you stay in trades. It can be extremely beneficial. I know that a huge benefit to this, this benefited me hugely last year, when I noticed that trades that I was holding longer, I was taking a loss on than trades that I was holding shorter. This is like anything I was holding under 5 minutes was a win. So essentially, anything I was taking a base hit on was a win. So that's how this program comes into play. It gives you detailed information about everything. So yeah, this is we're going to use this for now with the simulator, and then when we go live, that goes to part three. When we start trading actual money, we are going to be using a sterling based platform. Okay, a sterling based platform. One of those is CMEG. They have a sterling based platform, and this is great for the small account challenge because we're doing the small account challenge as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. We're doing the small account challenge. We're going to start with something like 2,500, maybe even 1,000, just to prove I can do it. Um, this will get you around the PDT. There's no PDT rule on here. You get 6 times your money. So if you have 1,000, that's 6,000. Um, if you have 2,000, that's 12,000. It's a decent amount. That's a decent amount of capital. Um, and what else? What else? What else? What else? And that's basically it. You get around PDT and you get 6 times your money. The only thing about this that's negative is it's kind of heavy on the fees. So once we make about 25,000, we're going to switch over to Lightspeed. And by the way, I requested a demo in CMEG, and eventually I'll request a demo in Lightspeed. But since we're starting on CMEG, I don't really need the Lightspeed demo yet. Um, and after a while of doing simulated trading on Thinkorswim, which is extraordinarily slow, that's why we're going to Sterling. It's extraordinarily fast. Um, we'll switch over to the demo on CMEG. And then eventually, once the strategy is proven, we will move over to cash trading and start, making some money. Uh, it's recommended that I recommend that even if you have the money to go straight into sterling, like if you want, we go straight into sterling. It's no problem. But does your strategy work? Are you profitable? So even if you have $100,000, $1 million, I don't care. It doesn't matter. The program, we're starting small. It's always better to start small. If you only start with 5,000, you can only lose 5,000. But if you start with 25,000, you could lose 25,000. So it's better to start off paper, then small, and then grow naturally. I think after we get from 1,000 to 25,000, I may at that point add additional capital. Um, just to up my account balance. That way I can make that $250,000 goal. But I want to get from the 1,000 to the 25,000. That's what a small cap challenge is, from my understanding. Some people do 500, some people do 2,500. Well, we might do 2,500. Yeah, we might do 2,500 just to speed up the process a little bit. But that's the essence of the whole program. We are going from paper to a highly leveraged, higher feed brokerage to the best brokerage I think you could use online. A Sterling, Lightspeed commissions are reasonable. Yes, I understand E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Webull, Robinhood, they have no commissions. And you suffer the consequences of that. I think it pays to pay. You're getting literally software. I remember the first time I used Sterling, I placed an order. It was a pretty heavy order, and when I hit buy, I seen it pop up in a window, and I said, "Okay, that's the window that it's waiting to get filled." And I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Why won't this thing fill?" I got confused. It was actually in the window that it was filled already. I hit buy, it was filled, just like that. So, all right, that's the essence of the program. You can sign up for free for that program if you go into the description and hit the t.me// Tony Hedges Trades. That'll bring you into the program for free. And yeah, so this is the strategy. I'm not really going to go too much into it, but it's very similar to the five finger strategy. Float's got to be low, volume's got to be great. But the big improvement and what Tony Hedges has helped us learn is the technicals. The technicals are now way more important. I just want you to look at SES. Was my biggest winner of the day. $300 on this trade. I also traded this trade, ironically, uh, Tuesday night when it was gapping. I just happened to be by my computer near the close, and I said, let me see if anything starts to gap, because sometimes that happens at the end of the market, and this thing gapped, and I made a little bit on that. But you could see this channel here, right? You can see that the stock kind of stays in this channel. The first candle literally covered the whole channel. Uh, well, what's interesting is we found this channel before it even happened. And that is amazing. And I'm going to show you right now how we found that channel before it even happened. We're essentially, for now, Tony has multiple charting tools. We're going to focus on the two that I think are the most important in the beginning, not to confuse people. And that's the pivot point chart, which is something that the group is already familiar with. But and then this chart, which is the channel chart, it shows you multiple different channels and gives you their numbers right here within this stock. So ultimately today, this just provided us great potential entry points. 757, 999, 1380 would have been a great exit, if it had broke to that point. But it more or less followed the pivots, the R1s and the R2s. The R1 and the R2 this morning was actually at 860 and went up to like 1175. All the pivots changed. Now, don't get confused here, but all the pivots changed because it's a new month. And these are monthly pivots. You see how you could see the previous R2, 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 and then the R2. We didn't have this information in the pre-market. We only had the previous months. And the previous month showed us an R1 and an R2 that I just took and placed on the chart here. And then when it hit the R1 and pivoted, that's when I bought in. And it shot up and I got out around, I took a couple partials on this and got out around, I don't know, 950, got in at around 850. And it was a great 1 point trade in just a couple minutes, less than 12 minutes. And then the second trade that we traded was fuel cell, and on F cell we determined that there was a pivot at around 255. So I had a bid order at 255, and that's exactly what happened. How do we determine that there was a pivot at 255? Well, I think that was done F cell on the channels, I think. Yeah, 275 is the bottom of this channel. No, we used the channels for this one. 275 was the bottom of the channel, and the channel goes all the way up to 440. So that's a great potential move. And then the pivots, you always want to back check. You look at the channels and then you back check with the pivots and see if everything aligns. If everything aligns and it meets the five finger strategy, which is our original strategy, which is just low float, high volume between 90 cents and $10. Now we changed it to 90 cents and $100. Um, so that's why we're testing the strategy in paper. There are a lot of changes to the strategy. Um, And I know what you're saying. Like, I know what you're thinking. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Yes, this strategy made me money in 2019, but I was way too shy. A part of that was losses I took trading on those highly leveraged accounts. But that's why we don't do that no more, and just stick with traditional trading. But as you could see here, this was way overextended on the pivots this morning because remember, we didn't see all this in the morning. We only saw these. So it was way overextended. So the only thing we really had to reference off of was that this was at about 275, the stock should pivot. So I'm pretty sure I had an entry at about, yeah, 263, and a very tight stop on that. So I went in at 263. It popped up a few cents. I could tell on this candle that it was not going to do anything, and I got out on this candle. And I only made about $100 gain on that one with 1,000 shares. So overall, we tested the strategy. It was a good day. Tony liked Adams at $4. Adams is still ripping. You got a major cup and handle. This thing is about to take off, potentially break the pre-market highs. So if you got in at $4 and you're holding, this one's moving slow but steady. This one will take off as well, especially if Tony picked it. I don't doubt it. You got a beautiful cup and handle about to happen. Even a head and shoulders, you could call it upside down. 450 you want to break, and that's a beautiful trade. Billy was another one we were watching. I was so upset I didn't get in that, but we have a limited amount of capital. You know what I'm saying? So the two trades, that was it. Um, and that's it on the day. That's how breakout trade. No, not breakout trading. Breakout 2020. That's the course. That's how it's gonna go. It's a 1 year course. Duh. Breakout 2020. And by the end of the course, you know, 250,000 in cash profits is my goal. I think it's important for every trader to set their own goals, and stick with us. We're going to be doing, as well as the live trading and the text alerts that you'll get every day. If you can't follow us on the live stream, you'll still get the text alerts, which is exactly what I did this morning. The text alerts are right here. I sent them out. Okay, I sent out fuel cell bid 255. You would have got filled on that. And SES, stop buy over 1160 or bid on 870. You would have got filled on your 870 bid, and you would have made 1 point because this went above 970. It went back up into the tens. So you could have made 2 points on that actually. So great text alerts. Those were the only two text alerts sent out. Great picks from Tony and myself. Great day. Great way to start the year. I want to keep this consistent until February 1st. And then February 1st, as long as the profitability is consistent, I will be going live with cash money into a Sterling account. And that is pretty much it. I think I discussed everything I needed to discuss. And that's it. Yeah, just click the link below to sign up for the group. And I hope to see you there. We'll have webinars as well. We'll have on Saturday night, we'll have webinars to teach something, beginner level to intermediate level to expert level. We're going to cover all the bases. And that is it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is Luke from Breakout Trading with our new course, Breakout 2020, that I'm super excited about. We have a killer strategy. Look, I'm hoping that it'll rip in this pre-market. This recap. It's about to rip right now. ADMS. Nothing's covering that, right? No. All right, guys. Luke from Breakout Trading, and I am out.